after a very long break to the Sugar Shack podcast.
Yeah, the new and improved Sugar Shack podcast.
Yeah, and obviously we're doing something a little different, and this, new setup, this shit was tedious to do.
Yeah, tedious as fuck.
But hopefully it will bring a better viewing experience to you all at home. I'm
FNG.
joined by...
YouTube Dub.
Yeah.
Auradon.
Alright, yeah, so, if you're a viewer of the old original podcast, as you know, we did everything online.
That shit's getting vaulted.
Like, yeah, that's all. That shit's all lost media. So anyone watching this in the future, that's all gone, scrapped, no more.
It's no good.
So the OGs that remember?
Yeah, you're the real ones right there.
You're the real one. Stay subscribed.
Yeah,
I will find you.
Yes.
We know where you.
So, new Sugar Shack, we're gonna try to do in-person stuff.
Keep it
we're gonna try to
live.
keep it a bit more consistent. When it comes to like the upload schedules, I don't know how consistent, but
We'll figure it out.
definitely more than the last one.
We're aiming for once every 2 weeks right now, at worst.
Yeah.
That would probably be best for our schedule, because not only does it give us a week to come up with topics.
Yeah, anyways, we're just doing in-person shit. This setup was so fucking tedious. Like,
it took a long time trying to get it. We're recording audio on the MacBook with this microphone here, and then video with that iPhone up
We
there.
literally went through probably 3 or 4 different setups.
Just
Yeah,
trying to figure
like-
out what to do.
yeah, like, but it's worth it for the podcast, even if the fucking behind-the-scenes shit is fucking rough. But speaking of behind the scenes, you guys seen the behind the scenes stuff for the Spider-Man movie coming out?
Only
next year?
barely.
Dude, the suit. Fuck, I love this suit.
The
bro.
suit does look good.
Yeah.
It's the best suit we've had.
I'm glad they didn't go with the ending suit from No Way Home, because I feel like it just looked too shiny and satiny.
I don't know. I kind of like that look. It reminded me of like the comic books where it's like
Yeah.
you see like the blue. It's kind of like one side of it would be light blue, then dark blue, or like the shadows.
True.
I felt like it. I like the comic accuracy, but I like the new suit.
I've always had a problem with the Spider-Man logo that they use for Tom Holland.
Oh, yeah.
I think that the logo it doesn't look good compared to all of the other logos from the comics, from the live action, from the animated movies, from the animated show even.
Yeah.
And this logo looks better.
Oh,
it has
it is
Spider-Man. I don't know, there's something about it.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of like a mixture of like the previous Spider-Man.
Yeah, kind of like he took on
Yeah.
from his mentors.
Yeah.
Like they finally used raised webbing.
That's cool.
Yeah, true.
I like that. Yeah, I like that. I just like the. I mean, one of the things I liked about not the I guess the Stark suit, but like the original homemade suit. I like how it looked like a 15-year-old kid.
Yeah.
So with this one, it's like he's grown up. Now he can make like a proper suit by himself.
He's literally
I like that.
in adulthood. He would
Yeah.
have been in college. I mean, we don't know what the fucking script is going to be like.
I heard some like of the plot details.
Yeah, it's supposed to be street level. I've heard John Bernthal's Punisher's going to be in it.
That's
and
cool.
having seen Daredevil and Daredevil Born Again on
That
Netflix,
shit
and
was
Disney
so
Plus,
fire.
It's so good. I'm hyped for John Bernthal's Punisher to join the MCU on a movie screen instead of just being relegated to the TV series. And Hulk's gonna be in it.
Yeah,
I wanted to hear what you
yeah.
guys thought about that.
And I wonder what they're going to do about that plot. Like, how is Hulk...
How are we gonna have that guy with an M4 shoot at that big jolly green giant?
Not only
yucca
that,
core at him?
what is making Hulk go on a rampage?
Yeah,
That too,
because
'cause
he's a smart Hulk.
So
Yeah.
some theories came out. That's why a potential villain got brought up, being Martin Lee.
Yeah, Martin Lee's Mr.
Scorpion.
Negative.
Yeah.
Scorpion has
Yeah.
been confirmed though. Did
I'm,
you guys see that?
I'm
Yeah.
excited about. I've already.
What was his actor's name? I'll pull that up real quick.
Michael Mando.
Yeah,
Okay,
I'm
I'm not.
okay, I'm just glad that they're doing it, because we saw him at the end of Homecoming, and then never again.
I saw Homecoming a couple of weeks ago, and like he was like heavily like in the movie, like he was
Yeah.
one of Vulture's top guys, and I was like, holy shit, like because I know about the post credit scene, but I'm like,
Yeah.
they were really building up Scorpion as a villain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Only for them to just completely
Drop the ball.
Yeah.
Their adaptation of Shocker was okay. It was,
Yeah, it's all right. Yeah.
Cool.
My favorite shockers are from the Spider-Man animated series. The shocker, I'll chase you to the ends of the earth. And then Insomniac shocker.
Yeah.
There's something about that chase through the city right when he breaks out the bank, right?
Yeah.
It's a beautiful chase sequence, and I hope that if Shocker does appear, he gets the attention he deserves.
Oh yeah. I hope they give him like an actual like proper suit and stuff.
True.
Because in Homecoming like he
And
has
Rhino.
the weapons, but wasn't there like Rhino?
That'd be
leaks?
cool.
If there is,
I remember
just let it be an actual like.
guy in a Rhino suit.
That would be really cool. We get Punisher, Hulk, and Spider-Man all doing their street tier crime.
Doing what they're supposed to be
street
doing.
tier crime. Yeah, and then you have maybe the Sinister Six of some sort, some configuration of those six.
Yeah.
And then after that, it would lead very cleanly into Daredevil Season 2, with him recruiting his allies to go against Fisk and try and bring down organized crime. I mean, I really like the way the MCU is shaping up, but I think the DCU is looking to shape up pretty good too. Have you guys seen James Gunn's Superman?
Nah, I haven't.
That is unfortunate. It's really good. The movie itself isn't grossing better than a lot of the comic book movies right now, but it's caused an increase in dog adoptions, comic book sales, and video game sales all around DC media. It's made people care about comics again. Really.
Yeah. I think like comic book movies in general, like they've gotten a lot better in these couple of years. Well, last year, I wouldn't say last couple because
they had a rough patch.
Because like these last couple MCU
Year to date,
specifically MCU,
year to date.
With some good ones in between.
Yeah.
Throughout. There's always a good comic book movie a year, at least one.
It's just I found myself enjoying the shows more than I have the movies.
Which is unfortunate.
Yeah.
It's crazy because so one thing about the MCU in general that I like is that phase 1 through 3, it's like each of the movies follow along this like linear arc, like building up to Thanos. But I feel like these last couple, like you have to focus more on the TV shows in order to get an understand. Like with Loki, right? It introduces the TVA, which is going to be like this big.
I watched, I believe, Loki season 1. I don't think I've seen Loki season 2 yet.
But like it builds up to the TVA, which is going to be big in like Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, like the regular movie-going audience, they're going to look at that and be like, "What the fuck's a TVA?"
There's been no build up to this.
Yeah,
What
like
the hell?
because in the movies, there's I guess Deadpool and Wolverine builds up to it a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
but you need the actual shows, and the regular movie-going audience, they're already barely watching the movies and stuff.
Yeah.
So they're not gonna be like, oh, let me watch fucking Loki season 2, or let me watch Miss Marvel or Moon Knight or all these. And again, they're good shows.
Yeah. Well.
I mean,
Moon Knight was for sure.
Yeah, they're fine shows, but that's the thing.
WandaVision
It's like
just
you gotta watch all of these different things in order to get an understanding of the movies. Which, unlike the DCU so far, like with Superman, because
I'm glad that it's completely rebooted. The first property of the DCU is Peacemaker season 1. And anything that is directly mentioned in those movies becomes canon. Yeah. So the Suicide Squad is canon. Some parts of Suicide Squad are canon. And I hate that he has to do it that way, but James Gunn is really trying to fragment out of Snyder's universe a hopeful comic booky one. Because Snyder's universe was not comic booky. There was no hope. There was no bright colors. There was no vibrancy. It was all dark, gritty bullshit. It was like if you stuck Batman in a Mad Max movie.
The theatrical cut, shit. Snyder cut, I liked.
Snyder Cut's cool. I like that.
Only because we actually got to see what he envisioned.
Yeah,
for the
I like
movie.
the build up, but like you were saying, like the James Gunn like movies, like they're trying to move out from the bad of the Snyderverse, because technically the Snyder Cut, it's not really canon, at least like to the main thing.
And another thing is like, again, I said it a second ago, they're not comic booky. The Superman, when it released, when I watched it, my first takeaway wasn't this movie is really hopeful, it wasn't this movie is really good. Which those were takeaways I quickly found. It was this movie felt like I read a comic book. Because there's always something happening, there's no filler, their characters are constantly being developed, there's always these comic book characters being shown, and it's just assumed you know about them.
Yeah.
And if you don't, you're going to pick it up. It's not that hard. Here you go.
You know, I had something on the tip of my tongue, but I guess I'll just switch from what you just said.
I'm sorry.
Speaking on the casting of Batman, I heard rumors that people would like to see Jason Ackles.
That would be a good
Yeah.
one. I hadn't heard that, but that would
Yeah.
be a good choice.
Especially when he voiced in the Justice League in the animated a few times. And he voiced Red Hood and Under the Red Hood.
I didn't know that. That's that
Yeah.
would be a pretty cool pick then.
That'd be pretty cool. What do you guys? So, on the internet, I see a bunch of talk about whether or not the DCU Batman should be an entirely new character or should just be the
James Gunn already came out and said they're not going to. Robert Pattinson was not canon.
Really, because
Yes.
I remember hearing a lot that James Gunn has been talking to Matt Reeves a lot. About,
Yeah.
So I wouldn't be surprised if they did that to be like, guys, he's not going to be it, and then in the next
I mean, that would
post-credit
be cool,
scene,
yeah.
I
they
think
do like a rug pull.
most likely case scenario for why he was talking to Matt Reeves was, I like your Batman, I can't do a Batman until you're done with him because people wouldn't care.
Hurry up.
Or or
Yeah.
something like, when you make Batman 2, Batman 2 is going to be canon, not Batman 1, because we hadn't been in talks before then. And so, no, Robert Pattinson's Batman wasn't canon to the DCU, but he might be about to be canon, potentially. I do doubt that, but I do think that would be really cool, really good to see.
I've heard a lot of people want the guy that played Jack Reacher in the Amazon Prime show as well.
I can't remember his name, but that would be big.
I mean, that would be a good
That would
casting for like an animated series Batman.
Yeah,
I mean, he's got the build for it.
Yeah.
Absolute Batman.
I'm
No,
not.
Absolute Batman is crazy, yo. Those comics are crazy.
Oh,
I hate Absolute.
I've seen a little bit, but I haven't like read them. Are they,
So
like,
basically, I think his parents are still living, and he's poor.
Yeah, so because he's poor, he's ultra violent. DC loves that. If you're poor, you're violent. That's why.
And he's fucking massive. They talk
Oh,
about it
yeah.
as if he's bigger than Bane.
He's 6'4", 300 pounds of chest and back.
shit.
No, hold on, I'll pull the
And
picture.
Bane is like 7 foot tall,
yeah,
8 foot tall with the Venom.
I've seen some stuff. There's this comic panel from it, and it's like Absolute Batman is going against Absolute Bane, and Batman's like, he's talking shit. He's like, oh, you're only that big because of the Venom and
And
stuff.
it's like, I haven't used,
and he's
used
like,
the Venom
I
yet.
haven't even used Venom.
Yeah.
And it's
that's,
like,
that's fucking. That's
and then you
insane.
just see like Batman's face. He's just like,
Yeah.
Like, here's
like it's so funny. And then I remember hearing that.
See if you can pull up that
Dude,
panel,
that's
actually.
cool because he's not even wearing a Batman mask.
Oh
He's
yeah,
not
no,
wearing
he
a
had
towel.
his whole shit fucked up by Bane. I think Bane won and captured him. He's in captivity right now.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
I don't like when they do DC comics about poor characters, because the poor characters are always like, oh, they had a rough go at life. This makes them unempathetic, violent, and immoral.
Yeah.
Red Hood, the poorest Robin, he's the only one who shot anyone. Anyway, we've delved far from the CUs.
Yeah.
This is comic
Anyways,
books.
I wanted to mention, kind of going back to the Batman casting and stuff.
Yeah.
I don't know what I want for what kind of Batman I want for these. I don't know if I want Matt Reeves, like Robert Pattinson, or if I want a new Batman.
I've really liked James Gunn's statement about like how he's going to do movies for the DCU. Every movie is going to have their own genre.
Mm-hmm.
Like Superman's really hopeful, really Clayface is going
Which
to
is what it should be like.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean,
exactly.
it literally fits. It makes sense.
Yeah.
Which is what I like about it.
And Clayface is going to be body horror because it's
Yeah.
him becoming Clayface, and I think they're going to do the absolute Clayface for this one, where it hurts for him to transform, and he's the process. You fucking idiot! No, he's the product of experimental science.
Yeah, that's cool.
I think that would be a really fun movie, and I wonder if it's going to again come into the overall DCU or if it's going to be its own standalone thing.
And to be honest, that's kind of an issue with the MCU in general, because
They're all this
like
similar genre.
whenever starting back to Iron Man 1, with Jon Favreau.
Our king.
Yeah. it was like, like it was just a mess. They were writing the script as they were filming it. It was all over the place. But it was more like a, comedy, like, Iron Man, throwing out quips, uses the funny Marvel movie.
Right.
Yeah.
And because of that, any future movie, Marvel, being fucking poor as fuck at the time, they're like, we need to stick to what's good. Let's make every movie going forward joke.
Yeah, this was like right when they were about to make their deal with Disney, right? Had made their deal
Yeah.
with Disney.
And one of the original movies, so they were gonna do obviously Iron Man, Hulk, Captain America, Thor, but they were also gonna do an Ant-Man film with I think Edgar Wright as the director of
Dude,
it.
that would have been funny.
And but the thing is, he, obviously that never happened because Marvel kept on, impeding on everything, being like, no, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to make it a comedy. And that's why, Jon Favreau, he wrote Iron Man 1 and, Iron Man 2, he wanted to make it about the Demon in a Bottle storyline from the comics. But Disney, probably Disney by that time, but
I think
Marvel
that,
was like, no, you gotta make it about the Avengers. You gotta make it to build up to the Avengers movie. And because of that, Jon Favreau got fed up and was like, yeah, you know what, after this, I'm done.
Yeah,
So,
you guys can have Iron Man.
Anyways,
3.
so like you were saying with the James Gunn movies, I like that each movie is gonna be like, have their own genre, have their own, because the Marvel movies, they all feel the same. They're just jokey fucking kids movies. Whereas I feel like with these, they can really have new directors come into it and bring their own visions. And that's why I really like the idea of Matt Reeves' Robert Pattinson's Batman in it, because it's its own identity.
Yeah.
It's very different from the rest of it.
Absolutely.
And I feel like it would fit in just fine. But actually, you guys want to add on to that?
Yeah, I'll add on to that.
Yeah.
Speaking on Robert's Batman and how you're saying they're shooting the films as what they're supposed to be.
Yeah.
And when you watch Fantastic Four, that's what it felt like for me as
Yeah.
well.
Yeah. Sorry that we won't be able to talk about it a whole lot. If you guys want to talk about it a little bit, the same way I talked about Superman, we're just kind of giving a rundown
Yeah,
of
we're just
what
giving,
it's like
simple-
without ever talking about the plot.
Nothing too much, yeah.
My favorite, of course, was Johnny Storm. I mean, I especially love the actor. He did a good job.
Oh yeah, Joseph Quinn.
Yeah.
He did great as it. Yeah, I like that.
I love his plot in the movie too.
Yeah, his plot was pretty good. I like what they did with him, because I feel like
He's
in the previous Fantastic Four movies, Johnny Storm, obviously being the comedic relief,
and,
whenever
and the charismatic.
charismatic womanizer.
Yeah.
In the original, Chris Evans, played him. He was very much just jokey, but I felt like he didn't really have much of at least not the impact.
It almost sounded like if he was the opposite and always had trouble. Little spoiler. Never mind. Never mind.
But yeah,
You'll find that funny though.
I like that Johnny in the new Fantastic Four actually has a purpose, an actual legitimate besides just being a superpowered person on the team. I haven't seen the 2015 Fantastic Four with that was,
what's his name? Played
Reed
Richards.
Oh, Pedro Pascal?
No,
Or
The one that played in Whiplash.
Whiplash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dang, that was spot on.
Crap. What's his name? It's on the tip of my tongue.
Anyways,
Miles Teller.
Miles Teller.
Yeah, Miles Teller.
As soon as I grab that
Miles Teller.
the second I go to look it up.
Yeah. What were you gonna say about him?
Yeah, I didn't watch that movie either. All I remember was the original with Chris Evans and that.
Yeah.
What you were saying about DCU, Matt Reeves, and the
Yeah,
different
yeah,
genres. I'm a little worried about the fact every movie has their own genre. To be honest,
Really?
I'm glad about it. I think more good than bad will come from it. But there comes a point where, okay, the Justice League has 7 people. We made a Green Lantern movie. We've established that Green Lantern is kind of an asshole. We've established Superman is super hopeful. We've established that Batman's dark and edgy. We've established this about Wonder Woman and that about Cyborg and this about but then they all come together, and you've had 7 different directors with 7 different visions for the characters, and you put them all together under one director for one vision now.
That is a good point.
That is my only potential issue with it. However, with James Gunn overseeing it the entire time, the same way that our king Jon Favreau oversaw a portion of the MCU, and the same way that Feige now is a better example, currently oversees the MCU.
Yeah. Because go ahead. I have a point with that. But yeah.
I do think that there's a lot more room for good than bad.
Yeah, because speaking of Jon Favreau, one of the things that they were telling him with like the Avengers thing, where it's like, oh, Iron Man 2, you need to have the Avengers plotline. Oh, will he not?
Yeah.
One of the things that Jon Favreau pointed out was that he felt like as soon as there's an Avengers movie, then he's like, okay, well, Iron Man 3, not only will it be an Iron Man movie, but you also have to add Thor and Captain, all these other different characters into it because it's an add-on. Because it's like, realistically, one bad thing about the MCU is like, okay, Iron Man, he's going up against a villain. Why don't you just call the fucking Avengers?
Yeah, where is everybody right now?
Why don't you just fucking do
That's
that?
why I like Daredevil, because he doesn't have any connections right now. It makes sense that he's solo.
Yeah, or even kind of like Spider-Man.
But the only
especially because everyone forgot his memory.
Only connection he has was, well, when he knew he was Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Was when he was Peter Parker's lawyer. That's the furthest he got in the movies, at least.
And doesn't remember him.
Yeah.
No more.
That never happened.
I'm so hype for a Spider-Man that has no help, no ties. He is truly street level, figuring it out for his first time, coming into his own movie for the second or third time with this Tom Holland.
I'm not gonna
Spider-Man.
lie. I don't think Tom Holland will. I think he'll probably do like 1 or 2 more movies and then he's done. Cause he even said like he's gonna take a little hiatus,
which is kind of like
in acting in general.
Which sucks, but I also don't see how we can do that under the Disney contract. How much they need Spider-Man.
Also, Sony probably will have because it's so stupid.
Every time there's a Spider-Man movie, Sony has
it's so stupid because like for example, have you guys seen Thunderbolts?
Yes, I have. It's good.
Have you?
I haven't seen it, but I watched the breakdown.
Do you care?
No, I don't care.
So you know how New York City, right? This fucking the Void.
Trapped in this void domain.
It's like, where the fuck is Spider-Man through this?
Yeah,
fucking fraud.
I heard a theory. It was like because of like how his spider sense worked in the MCU, he was kind of like helping people in the void. Like that was his theory.
But
it's like could have avoided.
It's like why didn't realistically, if this was like a comic book, they'd be like, oh shit, the Thunderbolt. Oh fucking, but Spider-Man showed up. Where's fucking Daredevil?
Oh thank God, Spider-Man, Daredevil, the Defenders, the Punisher.
Yeah, the Defenders of New York. They're frauds. They're fraud, bro. Mysterio for life.
Mysterio for life.
Yeah, expose that fraud.
I heard that they're going to give Toby a 4th movie.
Why?
Really?
Yeah, he's going to be in Doomsday, and
yeah, I remember hearing about that.
Yeah, he's getting a 4th movie, and I just want Zaddy Andrew to get.
Andrew never got his third.
Yeah.
Tom Holland's on his like 5th, 6th, 7th movie right
Toby's
now.
about to get his fucking 4th. Give Andrew his 3rd.
and the main thing I want for that movie is the same thing they did for like a Batman. Make it dark. Make it what he said like it was when he was talking to Tom Holland Spider-Man. He wasn't pulling his punches or anything. I want to see that.
Shit, have him fight Venom, the Sony Venom.
Honestly.
I want that.
That would be kind of cool.
Shit, have that be how he gets his spider.
Secret Wars comes along, and Secret Wars,
Toby's
I
gonna be in
think,
Doomsday.
yeah, and I think Secret Wars was how Venom was brought about in the comics,
the
right?
Symbiote.
Yeah. So have Sony Venom come in, and during Secret Wars, this water bottle's empty, and start a huge fight. I don't really care the context.
I think
that'd be cool.
there's rumors that Venom is going to be in Brand New Day. But I don't know if that's going to be a huge part of it, or it's going to be like they didn't know at home, like a teaser or something.
Because I know that in the comics, how he gets his suit is, I think it's literally like Spider-Man, he ripped up his suit, and then, you know, Mr. Fantastic is like, oh, well, here, you can borrow one of my suits. Legit has, like, a symbiote suit now.
Yeah.
And, like, that's legit how it happens.
That's
And,
one of them.
and
yeah.
then, like,
I think you're right.
eventually, like, you know, because it was just supposed to be, like, just a fuck-off suit that he was supposed to wear.
Right.
Yeah.
And then, over time, the writers were like, okay, well, we should probably do something with it.
Yeah,
And turned it
they
into yeah.
well, what's the word for it?
retconned.
Yeah,
Yeah, they
retcon.
retconned it to be this alien fucking
That's pretty
thing.
funny.
Even though it was like one of
And the reason it's batshit is because the first person it ever bonded to, you guys remember this from the comics?
Yes, I do.
Deadpool!
Deadpool, yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
In the comics, the first person Venom ever bonded to was Deadpool, and that's why Venom's fucked up like that.
I didn't know that.
And then Venom fucking runs away from him and tries to leave as fast as possible.
Shit.
This guy's fucking crazy.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Peter, thank you.
Oh man. No, I'm excited for
I
upcoming movies.
I don't want to say this too soon because he only released Superman, but seeing as how the next few movies he does, I feel like he will do like a good and like I feel like it would be based off the animated series Justice League. I feel like that's his depiction.
Yeah.
That's almost what it feels like.
Adding on to kind of adding on to it, and where I was kind of talking about earlier about whether or not I want Matt Reeves or brand new Batman.
Right.
Is like, because I like the grounded approach to it. I like how, you know, it's just like Batman year 2 getting into things.
Yeah.
At the same time, I really want to have a Batman that's like fully embraces, like, you know, having like a fuck off large penny in the Batcave, having, having like a big ass dinosaur, you
Did you
know,
guys
just
ever
like
see that?
Like the Lego Batman fucking
Yeah, like-
cave.
Yeah, like-
Panel.
have-
It's Green Lantern and Batman talking. They just discovered Dinosaur Island or whatever the fuck, which is a real thing in the DC comics. And then Batman gives a little smirk, and Green Lantern's like, "You like dinosaurs?" And he's like, "Dude, I have a giant T-Rex in my Batcave.
like-
What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Do I like dinosaurs?"
Because like I can't imagine, you know, Robert Pattinson Batman having a fucking dinosaur in his
Yeah,
fucking
exactly.
Batcave. Like, but that's what I want, like Brave and the Bold Batman.
Yes.
Okay.
That would be so cool.
Here's in a perfect world. Here's what I want. James gonna do a recast of Batman. Does his own Batman. But Matt Reeves, please keep doing what you're doing. Robert
Yeah.
Pattinson, please.
I would love for
Mr.
Matt
Freeze.
Reeves to go a little further into the timeline. Like, every time he does a movie, it's like a 3-year time jump. And then, I don't know, 2 or 3 movies, we get, like, the first Robin, we get Nightwing. And then in another movie, he'll move on.
That's
Maybe
too
Nightwing.
soon for a second movie. I feel like.
No, I'm saying like a
it's
third,
like-
maybe
Okay,
a third
okay,
one.
okay.
Then maybe we'll eventually get a Tale of a Red Hood storyline. I would like for Matt Reeves to make his own Bat universe, but I don't think he could do much with any of the other DC characters, except maybe Green Arrow.
And another thing I was gonna bring up, the only reason why I say that they need a recast is because there is such a huge difference because Robert Pattinson is so grounded compared
Yes.
to how the Superman movie is.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Though I kind of like that little like
The difference. It
yeah,
highlights
I
the
like
clash
like
of-
the clashing of themes, but at the same time,
But then,
Yeah.
and at the same time, it's literally, you can like, it just screams, this is 2 separate universes. It
Yeah.
would not make
Yeah,
sense
that's true.
Yeah.
if Robert Pattinson was canonized as James
yeah.
Gunn.
So, okay, I've got a different question. If we're talking about, casting for Batman, James Gunn's Batman, what year Batman would you want it to be? I mean, we were just talking
In a
about
per-
Robert
in a
Pattinson
perfect
being like
world-
year 2.
In a perfect world, year 4 or 5, because the Arkham Knight games, he's late.
He's
in
like
there.
year 8 on the first
Yeah,
one.
yeah, like
Yeah.
7, 8.
That being said,
I wouldn't mind that either.
that being said, we haven't seen an experienced Batman in a movie, and with, well, okay, yeah, we have,
Yeah,
but I mean,
technically
not,
we have. But we haven't seen enough. I'd say.
Not-
yeah, I
yeah,
mean,
I feel
Affleck was good.
but Affleck killed, and that wasn't
Okay,
the
true.
right. Like, I don't blame Affleck any part for that. He was given the source.
Oh, I
he was
thought you
given.
meant like killed as in like he did great, not that he actually killed.
No, he did both. He did
Yeah,
both. And I would love to see. Yeah, fuck it. Cast Ben Affleck again. But
Yeah, I actually wouldn't be mad.
I
Like,
would, yeah. Just don't let him kill people this time.
Yeah, I like
Make
how-
Ben Affleck happy, because the last time you guys fucked up Batman so bad, you made it unfun to play Batman.
Like-
He got depressed.
And here's the thing about the Snyderverse. I'm just gonna call it that because
Yeah.
So Batman wasn't he like year 20, something like that? Like,
Something like that.
yeah, he was deep into it.
Here's the thing, right?
Even went through Jason Todd because the suit showed up.
Yeah, like so with that, I feel like what Zack
That
Snyder's
means Dick Grayson
idea-
exists.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
That means that
Never
means
showed him. Never once bothered.
Yeah, he just disappeared.
Unless the show, no.
But,
Titans is so dog shit.
But like,
Real.
I like his vision because it's like, you know, he's an experienced Batman. Joker killed, you know, Robin.
I think it would be
He's
a good
like-
vision for a comic series or an alternate
But like-
universe.
yeah,
Not
like-
for the mainline DCU.
But I feel like his number one mistake, because I feel like that whole character arc he goes through is like, I actually really like it, especially with the Snyder Cut. The only thing is, I feel like that would only work as if like we had a couple years before that seeing Ben Affleck's
Yeah.
Batman, and then maybe like phase 4 or 5 or maybe even 3, then we see
Have
the
him
killer
break.
Batman. Yeah, have, you know, Joker break the bat. But not just make it the first thing that pops up, because
Yeah.
all of a sudden, it's like if you had Iron Man, instead of him being like, you know, like the fucking douchebag millionaire.
Start on
character,
Iron Man 3, he's
It-
already sober.
Or it would be more, it'd be like as if they start off straight into Age of Ultron, where he's like, I want to build a suit of armor around the world. Where it's like, hold on, how do you even get to this point? Or like, you know, being like,
Yeah,
or we start
that's-
off
that's
with
how it felt
Infinity.
like.
Because Zack Snyder's Justice League, it's good, but it feels more like Infinity War. Because the thing about Infinity War is that it doesn't just start off with that. It comes off of 10
There was Avengers
years.
2012. I mean, just there was more Avengers movies before
Yeah,
that,
like,
and then
it-
the single movies
Like, it
too,
builds
yeah.
off from 10 years worth of movies. So for Zack Snyder to just start off, like, right when
We've got to catch up. We've got to catch up.
It's like,
We're already
you know,
behind.
like, it's stupid. And that's why people, when you look at, a killer Batman, people look at that and be like, oh, Zack Snyder doesn't understand the character. I noticed we were kind of, like, jumping between Marvel and DC, so I'll put it, like, just kind of like to...
Bring it together, put a bow on it.
Put a bow on it. Or is there anything else you guys want to talk about before I... Because
Nothing comes to mind.
Because I have something, like another topic kind of related to that, but it's like its own thing.
Yeah.
A good villain for Matt Reeves' Batman. And
Mm-hmm.
I'm telling you, this is perfect because it is so grounded. Hush would be good.
Not for the
Hush
second
would be
one.
good.
Hush for the
I
third, not
thought
for
you
the
were
second.
telling
But...
him to shut up, like,
Oh.
hush.
No.
I was like, because again,
Such
I
a
don't know
bitch.
much.
Shut up,
Like, I don't know
bro.
much about it, so like,
No,
but-
no, but a good, because I have not seen it live action yet. Mad Hatter.
Yes,
Mad
that is
Hatter,
true.
yeah.
The Arkham Knight DLC where you go up against the Mad Hatter sold me on that character forever.
Dude.
Yeah, because like, oh wait, oh yeah, go ahead. Hold
Oh,
on.
no, I was just.
I was gonna say like, because like the top villains, you hear going around.
Joker,
Obviously, I don't want to see Joker just yet. I feel like he's like movie 3, or at least build him up a little bit.
I mean,
But I
He
feel
already-
like-
he's already been in prison.
Yeah.
yeah, but yeah, I feel like Mr. Freeze. Obviously,
Yes,
that's like
yes,
I feel like that'd be
Two-Face
number
and
one.
Penguin would be a good one too.
They would, well, Penguin's already up there, but yeah, like Two-Face would be good as well.
I
could
still
see.
need to watch that
I
show.
want to. Maybe not as the main villain, but maybe as like one of the villains that, because like the end of the movie, the Gotham's flooded, so have Killer Croc come in.
Yeah, I've
fuck
heard
up some
rumors,
shit.
rumors
That
of
would be
Croc,
cool,
too.
yeah.
Yeah, and then Court of Owls.
Yeah.
I think they
Oh,
confirmed
that
it's
would
going
be
to be.
perfect.
I think they confirmed Court of
Yeah.
Owls, didn't they?
Yeah, like
I mean, it would just be so good for
It
just
is,
like the type of
especially
Batman
Matt
it
Reeves.
is.
Yeah.
Especially with Matt
like
Reeves
it'd
at
be
the helm.
perfect. That's why I want Matt Reeves to do his thing, right?
Yeah.
People complaining like, oh, he's taking forever to write.
That's pretty
the
much
script.
what James Gunn said. Is like,
Yeah.
let Matt Reeves do his time. He's a slow guy, but it comes out good.
Yeah, like it's gonna be good. These next couple of Batman movies are gonna be fantastic.
All 4 of them.
Yeah.
This motherfucker. No, I'll leave it on this, but the only like. True. The only critique that I really have about the whole Matt Reeves Batman, he doesn't really. I know he's year 2, right? He's only trained by Alfred. He's not trained by anybody else.
Yeah,
And he has no
the
gadgets.
monks,
No gadgets.
No gadgets.
Does he ever
The,
even
the
throw
only
a batarang?
the only gadgets he used was some type of grappling
he
hook
used
thing.
the chest bat.
That's
like
who.
I
That's
think
who.
He had the chest batarang and he had the grappling hook, and
Yeah.
that is it.
Yeah.
I
And then
need
he-
that
and then-
tool belt to fill out my
Yeah,
boy.
and then that one. Well, I don't know if it's like a tool, but like he uses the venom shit at the end. To, like,
I still
I
think
don't know.
people are looking too deep into that.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, it's a cool.
I
It'd be
think-
cool to retcon.
I think it would be
Yeah.
cool if they introduced that as like a LexCorp compound or whatever the hell,
Mm.
and then Bane gets his hands on it and turns it into Venom.
Yeah.
But I don't think they should start that. When
But
he
I
uses
still think
Venom.
it was just an adrenaline shot.
Yeah,
Probably.
probably. Yeah.
I mean, they make shit like that for the military today. They
Those
just
are-
don't really
those-
deploy
Those
it.
are the really cool Easter eggs I like in comic book movies.
True.
Yeah.
Because you know, when the MCU was starting off in the Incredible Hulk, there's a scene where like you see like the Stark Industries tanks and like machinery hunting
Yeah.
down the Hulk. I like the little Easter eggs of that.
There's
Like-
an Easter egg I really like in the DCU. You can see it in every movie. The Mighty Crabjoys. It is a band that is completely made up, does not exist.
Oh.
James Gunn has made it for the DCU, and the Mighty Crabjoys have one song that he used for Superman
Oh, shit.
that he invented.
Okay.
I think that's a hilarious
Okay,
little
one more
Easter
thing,
egg.
only because I love him so much. They're
Oh,
thinking
I love
about
you too, bro.
they're thinking about casting Grant Gustin as Flash,
That would be nice.
and I wouldn't be mad.
Yeah, that would be that would be like
Just
terrific.
I like Mr. Terrific too.
yeah, I was about to say.
Mr. Terrific was that guy. Don't mean to.
Oh, that's right. We do know what they're doing next. They're doing a Green Lantern show. It's gonna be Jon Stewart.
Yeah.
Oh, it's gonna be all three of the Lanterns.
Yeah, it's
isn't
gonna
it?
be
That's
Jon
pretty cool,
Stewart,
yeah.
Hal Jordan, and Guy Gardner.
Yeah, that's
And I
pretty
can't wait for it because Guy Gardner is the only guy in that group who is an asshole.
cool.
And it's funny because
And
it's
it's the
played by
only Green
Nathan
Lantern-
Fillion.
It's the only Green Lantern we've seen so far.
I just
Yeah.
wish they didn't go with the bowl cut version.
Dude, I'm so glad they did. I'm so glad they did.
I like the choice.
If they were like,
fucking bold,
Because it's an active decision. You look at the comic books, you're like, comic books are goofy, but we have to adhere to the source
my
material.
thing, bro.
Let's just try and adapt it to the cinematic universe.
Yeah.
No, fuck that. The comic book is written this way to undermine his power, to keep him goofy.
yeah. But anything else you guys want to mention?
No, go ahead and put your bow on it, Josh.
Well, speaking of cinematic universe, right? So, you know, you have the MCU, now you have the DCU. I'd say that those two are like legitimate cinematic universes.
Yeah.
One thing I've noticed in Hollywood that I absolutely hate is whenever people say like, "Oh, look, this the new cinematic universe," and it's literally just a franchise.
Yeah.
Like, there's a difference between a cinematic universe and a like one thing I saw was the Sonic the Hedgehog movies. People were calling that a cinematic universe, and I'm like, are you guys dumb? Like
There
it-
hasn't been a Knuckles movie, there hasn't
Yeah.
been a Shadow
like
movie.
there's been a Knuckles show, but that's the
I
thing.
didn't even know that.
Yeah, there's a Knuckles show,
What the
but the
hell?
thing is, like,
But that's just a spin-off show.
exactly,
It's still a
that's
franchise.
that's what I'm saying. And people over here like, the Sonic cinematic universe. That's not a cinematic universe.
You need
It's just a
several
franchise.
connecting properties.
Exactly. It's the Sonic cinematic. What the fuck? It's about one guy. Like what the fuck?
It's about
Like,
one guy
it'd
and
be-
his group of
It'd be
buds.
like if the MCU was the Iron Man cinematic universe, and like every movie was like, instead of it being like Iron Man, Captain America, then Avengers, and it'd be more like Iron Man, Iron
It's
Man
like
2.
it's like Iron Man,
Daredevil
main
and
guy.
Iron Man.
Everybody else side characters.
It's like Iron Man and Friends. It's like what the fuck? No.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get Iron Man and Daredevil, Iron Man and Spider-Man.
Yeah.
There's never a solo movie.
Yeah, like
Daredevil was so good.
It was good. It was good.
I mean, I'm sorry that we keep like.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sorry I keep
You
bringing
need
up,
to
but
watch it,
Daredevil.
too.
Yeah, I
Born
need-
Again,
yeah, I gotta
Oh
watch it.
my gosh!
It
I
was-
thought I was going to hate it just because it's shot different.
No, DC took it, or not DC. Disney took it over. No.
No.
yeah,
It was
they
so good.
I was so worried too,
Oh
and
my
then
gosh.
all of the cast came back. Because do you know what happened for the behind the scenes? I think it's really interesting. They handed all the returning characters the scripts, and then all of them looked over it and were like, "I don't think this is going to perform well." I think this is going to do
Oh
poorly.
shit.
No,
And
they had 2 different teams. You know that, right? So the new team only did the first episode and the last 2 episodes.
gotcha.
Everything else was the old team, and they fired him.
Oh shit.
So the first and last 2 episodes were completely rewritten.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
The way I had heard it was they got the script and they were like, "This is bad. We need to redo this." And so they were like, "Okay, fine. You're coming on as a producer," talking about Charlie Cox and a couple other of the main characters. I think the guy who plays Foggy Nelson too. And they went and they pretty much went through the script and redid it to make it the same character.
Yeah.
Like, because they, from what I've heard at least, Daredevil didn't feel like Daredevil anymore. It was almost like Matt was a new person.
Yeah, it's almost like they were gonna did what they did for him in She-Hulk. And I was like, oh, don't do that.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
And so, after all of the redoing of the pre-production, they finally started shooting whatever they had to reshoot. Or whatever they didn't shoot initially, as I should say. And the show actually came out great because of it. There are a couple moments where you look at it and you can think to yourself, I think this is an old shot. But most of it you look at and you think the quality holds up all throughout, right?
Yeah. Like.
Dude,
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I'm glad that not only is it still brutal, but it's more brutal.
Yeah, that's cool.
Well, that's
I
a
saw
debate.
that.
No, okay. Visual wise.
I saw,
No.
I saw that scene with Fisk and how he fucking.
Not only with Fist, but dude,
Yeah.
my favorite part
Yeah.
was when Matt finally
At the very beginning of the, or at the very end of the
when
first
he was in the
episode?
apartment complex, not in the first episode,
Oh, okay.
but when
Oh, with the cops?
yeah, with the cops, and they were beating him, and he just said, "Fuck it."
It's like, oh man, this is going to be a charge. They're not going to believe them. I'm blind.
exactly. And then you know you just.
There's a court scene where it's Matt talking to one of the cops that he just beat up. And then he was like, "I've been told you have a bruise today. I've heard the best defense is fast hands." And the judge is like, "That's uncalled for, Mr. Murdoch."
Oh my god.
He literally told him, "Get better. They're not going to believe you. I'm blind."
Oh my gosh.
Matt Murdock is that guy. Oh.
Yeah.
And that's funny because, Fist knows, but I'm just saying, if nobody knows and they were trying to piece Daredevil together, they would not. Because
they're not gonna be like,
you
how the
could
fuck-
easily diagnose that this motherfucker is blind.
Yeah.
They would not believe.
But, of all the people with a secret identity, Matt is the worst at it. I believe, doesn't he wear the not Daredevil shirt in the new season? He wears it in the comics, I know.
I mean,
That's
He-
like a, I'm sure. That's
He wears a
That's so funny.
he wears a sweater to Christmas parties, every Christmas party, and it says not Daredevil, and he
Maybe-
wears little devil horns.
maybe he does that as an inside
Yeah, it's
joke or
like a-
something.
No,
I don't
bro,
know.
he does that at parties where people don't know that he's
Okay.
Daredevil.
Yeah,
That's his
just-
disguise.
That's just stupid comic shit. That's what I love the most.
Yeah, true.
One more thing. Have you seen, well, not really the new suit, but how they did the new suit in the second season?
No.
Black suit, double D's.
Oh, right. I remember now. The Daredevil.
Yeah, I know the logo.
That's what it is.
Okay, you say that it's more brutal now. Born Again is more brutal because of, the... But I think that Daredevil, the Netflix series, is a little more brutal. Because Daredevil Season 2, where the Punisher is breaking out of prison, he guts 4 people.
Yeah, he's right. It's like I completely forgot that scene.
Punisher in the Netflix series was brutal.
Okay, but I just think visually,
It is
it's
visually
better.
more impressive.
Oh yeah,
It
because
is
you got
more
that Disney
be-
movie.
more-
It is definitely more impressive now.
Yeah.
One thing I do miss is I didn't notice any ridiculous long takes. The Netflix series prided itself on having as few cuts in a fight scene as possible. There's that famous hallway fight scene that's 2.5 minutes long. Just cut in that part of him throwing a microwave at that guy's head.
Oh shit.
You guys know Charlie Cox has autographed several microwaves. He's been asked about it
Yeah.
on
Oh my
interview.
God,
What's
that's-
the weirdest thing you've been asked to autograph? Microwaves. People love asking me to autograph microwaves because I threw it at that one guy.
That's so funny. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's just shit. Yeah.
I fucking love comic books. And I love that the shows and movies are trying to become like the comic books now.
Yeah, it's like the shows and movies, like, back to what we were kind of talking about earlier with the Fantastic Four 2015 version. They try to go with the whole realistic,
They
like,
went more of a
like a grim dark.
sci-fi.
Yeah.
like they went, like, they also did body horror in it, because there's like a scene where, like, you know, like they just got off the rocket
They
ship.
just couldn't pick
Yeah,
it
how Victor Von Doom became Doom is that he fell into a pit of green, strange liquid.
Oh, they Jokered him.
Yes. So he came back and his entire body was like, you know, the mask type shit. But
Yeah, I mean, I get where the, you know, vision is, but it's like, the only thing you can see that is, like, you know, with the Thing, because, like, his whole thing is that is that he's not,
Trapped.
he doesn't look like a human, he's this rock monster.
He's trapped.
But other than that, like, you know, it's supposed to be like, whoa, look at these cool powers,
Yeah.
whoa, I can stretch my
I
arm.
love that meme.
Or like,
Whoa, look, I can reach 50 feet away. Whoa, I have control of fire. Oh my god, I can turn invisible. I'm not human anymore. I'm just something. The Thing! That's a good name!
no, or like in the comics,
say that again.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
worst scene in
like,
movie history.
it's so funny because, like, in the comics, they're like, you know, coming up with their names, and they're like, I'm gonna be the Human Torch, and it's like, I'm gonna be the Invisible Woman, and then, like, the Thing, he's like, I'm gonna be what Sue called me, just the Thing, and I'm Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah.
I'll be Mr. It's like fucking great.
I think the worst part about, at least from what I've heard of the Fantastic Four, is how Reed Richards is a good person. Because at no point in the comics is Reed Richards a good person.
Nah.
He's kind of like Tony Stark and a dick.
No, Tony Stark is much better. Because Reed Richards has admitted that he could cure Ben's illness. He just doesn't.
Oh,
He was like, here's a
Okay.
cure, you can be human 1 week every year. Good luck, asshole. Reed Richards at no point in any storyline is a good person. He is always terrible to everyone around him.
Nah, but
Except for the movies.
yeah, the
Yeah.
movie seems well, like this new one, he's like actually
Yeah.
kind of good. Yeah.
Wasn't there an iteration? I don't know if it was the Fantastic Four. I want to say it was, but the Thing just outlived everybody.
He always
where
does.
Yeah.
there's this thing in the comics where he gets what's it called?
And I'm pretty sure that. Okay, so he outlives everyone. So
Yes.
He doesn't age as long as he has his rocky skin.
Right, and then there's a part where the team went to the future.
Yeah.
And they see him and he's like
Yeah.
6,000 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, to add on to that, there's
old
this
was he when he died?
there's
I'll
this
look
storyline where I think either he does a deal with Mephisto, or well, probably not that, or like, you know, Reed Richards finally finds like a way to help him, but it only he turns back into a human, but it's only for like a week.
A week every year. Yeah.
1 week every year.
Yeah,
and then
because
he
of that.
And then he lives so long.
He lives till 6,012.
6,000.
Because he only ages a week every year.
Yeah.
And I think somebody did the math, and that's some shit like 108.
And then, like you were saying, they go into the future and they see him, and it's like this like scene where it's like the Thing is talking about like, you know, all the heroes from over the time and how like he was like commemorating the original Fantastic Four. He's like, yeah, like this is my family, you know, like they had like statues built of them and stuff. And they appear like from the past,
Right.
time traveling. He's like,
Speak of the devil!
like,
Okay, I pulled it up. Yeah, he did live to 108 if he didn't have the Thing, you know.
yeah, but like, yeah, I like.
That's why he grows the beard in the comics too. He grows it during that week out of every year that he turns rocky. I've heard one of the big complaints for the new movie is that he grows the beard.
Okay, never mind.
Yeah,
Okay, never mind.
Well, I was gonna mention because it was in the trailers and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but like he grows the beard, and it's like, I mean, it's okay. I don't mind it.
I'm not against it.
I've heard everybody's a little torn on it. I don't
It's
dislike
a fucking rock. I don't care.
I think it looks good on the Thing, but I do think it's something he should have earned because it's something that it's something that adds to the character.
I see that. I thought that was gonna be like like he'd have that, and then maybe in like Doomsday or Secret Wars especially, because like you've seen the leaks for Secret Wars, right?
No, some of them, not a lot of them.
So not to get too deep into it, but obviously, well, Doom,
Get too deep into it,
Doom
who cares?
fucking wins, obviously.
For the boys.
Again, they're doing another villain wins plotline.
I think so, yeah. So Doom went. Well,
It's a
how the fuck is Secret Wars gonna happen if Doom doesn't win?
God Emperor.
God Emperor Doom's gotta come. And
They could always have a different villain.
And also, I feel like that's stupid that they just went straight into Doom without building him up first.
Yeah, but it's because they were starting to build Kang the Conqueror.
Yeah.
And then that guy did those terrible
Yeah.
things. Allegations on screen, allegations and charges, I'm sure.
Yeah, like they just went straight into it, and it's like and also the casting itself is, I think it's stupid.
I think that if they do
But-
it the right way, it's a genius idea.
There's a theory on this because it happens in the comics that Tony Stark is not Tony Stark. His dad actually adopted him because the real Tony Stark died. So
Yeah.
the adopted version is Victor Von Doom.
Gotcha.
And I feel like that would be cool. It'd be like, I guess, somewhat accurate because it's like, yeah.
But then I'd be like, damn. So like, this is not even Tony Stark.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like it's like. I guess it explains why he was an arrogant asshole, but there's a difference between it because Tony Stark and Victor Von Doom are different. They're, obviously, if you look at them like, oh, but they're both narcissistic, egotistical, like maniacs or whatever at first. But the difference is that Tony Stark, he's a playboy millionaire. He indulges himself like in women, in alcohol, in money. Whereas Victor Von Doom doesn't have any indulgences. If anything, he's the exact opposite.
Yeah.
Like, he builds Latveria based off of like,
Sides of a coin.
yeah, he's like, all right, you know what, absolute law. You
Yeah.
know, everything is law, everything is orderly.
I love, there's the
Inside.
version of Doom that I like in the comics the most is the one where he sees the future and he's like, oh my god, the only way to save the world is to take over the world. Why do I have to do this horse shit? I just want to treat my people to a good life.
Yeah.
So he goes on, dons his mask again after banishing it off for a decade. He's like, I'm going to take over the world. And the Fantastic Four beat him to a pulp.
Oh my god. No, it's like,
I can't wait for you to watch it. Galactus was so cool.
yeah. Like,
You'll get chills when you first see him because the way they introduce him, they show him.
yeah, it's.
I like chills.
I feel like.
Did you guys see
Because
that?
hearing, because, most of it, they have voice modulation for Galactus, but when you hear it, it just goes down your
There's-
spine, bro.
There's a picture somebody did. You know that Marvel comic panel of Galactus's red face open behind the Earth?
Mhm.
Somebody
That's
did.
cool.
Somebody
Yeah.
did an edit of Galactus doing that if he were real. And if you can find it, please put it on screen.
Yeah, I'll try to put it up.
It's terrifying
Yeah.
because you don't see him at first because he blends into the background of space, and then you see him and he's huge.
Yeah.
And it's right there. It's terrifying the first time. In the comic book when he's all coded red, it's horrifying. It triggers your megalomania. Is that what it's called? I don't think that's what it's called. Back to what we were saying about Doom.
Yeah, so like Doom, I feel like obviously Marvel is in a rock and a hard place. They just kind of.
I feel like that's why they're rushing this.
Yes.
Because they want to do Secret Wars so they can go ahead
And
and
reboot.
do what they did in Flash and bring it all back to ground zero.
Yes.
Yeah, just
Restart.
to restart everything.
Oh.
Kind of going back into what I was talking about earlier about the whole cinematic universe thing is that a cinematic universe, especially of that level, it needs to be built up. It needs to have from Iron Man to Infinity War, all built up to that single moment, so it's satisfying. But them just putting in Doom, and I get why they did that, but it's like.
There isn't a better option, but I wish there was.
Yeah, and also because Doom is one of those characters where he needs to be, and
He's also one of the one of the greatest comic book villains ever.
Yeah,
and he needs to be built up, like you said.
Yeah, he needs to have that also, and this is what I fucking fucking hate about Doomsday and maybe Secret Wars. Like the whole thing about Doom is his rivalry against Reed Richards. You know,
Yeah.
like they're both, you know, him and Mr. Fantastic going at it. You know,
Yes.
like there's that one Secret Wars run
The
where
two
like
greatest minds going at it.
yeah, like Doom is like oh, do you think you can rebuild the universe better? And Reed is like, yeah. and he does, like, that's what you need.
Yeah.
And there were some rumors saying that you know, Peter Pascal's Reed Richards was
Is
going to
to step up and be the next Iron Man.
or like he
for
was
the
going to be like
MCU?
the face of the, like, especially he was going to
Probably
be
not anymore. Not with these.
Like,
with
he was
this
gonna-
stuff that's going on.
like he was going to be the protagonist or one of the main protagonists of Doomsday. But
Yeah.
apparently that's not even it. Like, he's not even going to be the protagonist.
Crazy.
And it's like, how are you going to make a movie about Doctor Doom without having his main, you know, like, rival, his arch nemesis?
What I hope they do for Doom is they haven't said, and I could be wrong about this, they may have, but I don't think I've heard the name Victor Von Doom said by any of the cast. I've only heard Doctor
So guys, funny story.
recording
Yeah,
fraud.
the recording fucking killed itself.
But it's okay. As the recording said, Doctor. So
So he was talking about Victor Von Doom's name not being in the thing.
I hadn't seen Victor Von Doom. You had said that when the recording messed up,
Yeah.
that that was on Robert Downey Jr.'s casting
Yeah,
chair.
on the you know, like the casting thing that they did like a couple months back. Robert Downey Jr. posted a picture of his like chair and it
Yeah.
said Victor Von Doom.
So I was wrong.
Yeah.
But I was saying that I could have seen it as being that universe's Tony Stark, since they already revealed it being RDJ anyways.
Yeah. And you were saying it was like a moniker, like Doctor
Yeah.
Doom was a moniker. For
the same way that Spider-Man thought Doctor Strange was a moniker for Stephen Strange.
Yeah.
Um,
It kind of reminds me of how in the first Iron Man, like, you know, like there's like the scene where Obadiah Stane and Tony Stark were talking, and, you know, Stane was like, you know, we're ironmongers, like, you
Yeah.
know, we sell weapons, like, why are you closing down the weapons thing?
yeah.
So it's like, you know, I could see that being like, you know, instead of being ironmongers, they could be,
Doctors of Doom.
yeah.
But I don't like exactly see anything of that sort coming to fruition. I really don't. I, to be honest, just hope that they didn't cast RDJ for no reason. They can't just ignore the likeness. They can't just... Even though ignoring the likeness might be the best move from a story standpoint, but why recast him at that point?
Or
Yeah.
he did it for the obvious reason,
The money.
Yeah,
nostalgia factor.
and
It'll
money.
get people to watch it. You know?
Yes.
Because there was this one thing I saw from Kevin Feige. He said that from Iron Man all the way up to Infinity War, and I guess Endgame, they spent $500 million on his salaries throughout all those movies alone. And they were saying like,
each movie?
yeah, or like a total of each.
Yeah, and I
movie.
bet he's making $500 million for just this one.
And you know, they were saying like during Civil War, they were just thinking about writing out Iron Man because he was taking up too much of like the fucking like the fucking.
That's really funny.
Dude,
Is that why he had limited screen time in that movie?
I guess, yeah, because they were like, he's too.
We can't afford RDJ again.
And then fucking meanwhile, they throw out $80 million just to have him play two. And they're talking about making him the permanent Doctor Doom in like the future movies, like past Secret Wars.
I'm not. I do find it stupid, but I'm gonna see how he does, and then I'll give my opinion.
I feel like we should say none of us dislike the idea of Robert Downey Jr. being Doctor Doom. We dislike the idea that he was
Why?
already Iron Man.
Yeah, like,
and he's
'cause-
coming back as Doctor.
Because like, you know, he's gonna kill that role. He's gonna do amazing.
Yeah.
He's gonna do fantastic.
But
at it.
it's
and like,
ridiculous. It doesn't. It's why not cast someone else who can do
Probably
just as good?
yeah, I think within the MCU, it's like, you know, the whole thing is, or like cinematic universes in general, they should be building up to something. But like,
Yeah.
I just threw in Doctor Doom, and it's like, there's not much weight because it'd be different if he was like, you know, just a character like that just, you know,
I
appeared one
mean,
time.
what they should have done is when that whole shit that happened with the Kang actor, they shouldn't have just brought somebody else like that without building it up.
Fair. I don't think that they should have just kept running with what they had, like they did with Ezra Miller's Flash. Like Ezra Miller kept committing crime after crime after crime.
Yeah,
they were like, we can't shoot this movie around you.
I wouldn't say do that either.
Yeah.
I feel like...
But if you were going to bring someone else, at least build it up first.
That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Rather than just like straight.
Yeah.
I also wish there was something where they wrote Kang off, even if it was off screen, because they just did all of Loki season 2, building up Kang, and then they were like, oh yeah, by the way, this person doesn't exist.
It's weird because...
Wasted your time.
Because like Quantumania is kind of the reason why all of this has happened. Why? Also, it's like...
I haven't seen Quantumania.
It's I haven't seen it either, but I've just heard it's not really the best.
That's what I've heard.
And well, I don't think you guys care about spoilers, but
No.
they basically beat Kang at the end.
Oh, really?
They beat him with ants.
Gotcha.
And-
Okay, so he was written off.
But they're gonna try to make
Retcon.
it. They're gonna try to make it to where so Kang gets beat because in the comics he gets beat all the time. Like that's kind of his thing. But he always comes back.
Yeah.
Right.
It's like he comes from the future trying to take over the present, banish him back to the future, and then he comes back later on and fight. But they were gonna do it to where he gets beat at the end of Quantumania, and so they basically they're in the quantum zone. They banish him to the other part of it where he's banished or where he's beaten. He ends up becoming the Beyonder from the comics, and then that's when he gets the powers to become like the God Emperor, I guess Kang in this case, and that's when he will make Battle World, Secret Wars will happen, all of that. But that never happened.
Speaking of
And then I heard those rumors about Battle World Hulk.
Battle World
Or
would be
World War
so
Hulk.
good.
Yeah.
I would love to have seen a Battle World arc. And we still could with Secret Wars, but it's a lot less likely now.
No, that would be fine because you could say like, oh, Ant-Man beat Kang, it's fine. But the post-credits scene showed the Council of Kangs readying up their armies of Kangs to like fight or something like that.
Go for Wave 2.
They're probably gonna have Doomsday open up with Doctor Doom killing the Council.
Slaughtering the Council.
Yeah.
That would be pretty cool. I'd be alright with it.
In the original Kang Dynasty movie that was supposed to come out, there was like a plot leak of it, and it's just like, it's alright, but I like the idea, because have you guys seen any of the Doomsday plot leaks?
No.
Do you guys care to know what?
Nah, go ahead.
Okay, so basically how it was going to start was, in one of the, in the Marvels movie, there's a post-credit
Try
scene.
not to spoil the movie.
Yeah, I'm not going to spoil it. I'm not going to say that.
Because
I'm not going to spoil
Try
that.
not to spoil the...
Yeah, I'm not going to spoil that. I'll spoil the other ones because no one cares. So in the
'Cause they're all
Marvels,
terrible.
at the end of the movie, so there's like, Captain Marvel and there's Miss Marvel and then there's, I think, Monica Rambeau or one of those characters. And she's like, another superpower or whatever. And at the end of that movie, in order to defeat the villain, she has to like do some fucking magic shit or whatever. And she accidentally causes herself to be teleport to another universe. And then there she gets teleported into an X-Men universe. And you see like a CGI beast being like, oh, we found you. We found you in our universe and we took you here. Let me speak to, Professor X and, see what we should do with you. And that's the post-credit scene. So she's in an X-Men universe. So Doomsday apparently was going to start off with the Avengers with the Hulk, Captain Marvel, and Wong trying to bring her back from that universe. And they were going to use America Chavez, with the multiversal portals, and do that. But because they did that, they were going to cause an incursion between the X-Men and the main
And
universe.
they don't want to cause
And they're gonna clash, and then there will be like an X-Men versus Avengers type. That would be like the first phase of the movie.
I would especially like that idea because, and I don't know all the details of an incursion. I'm not up to date on comics.
Yeah.
But I believe when it happens, you get a little of both worlds in the new one, correct?
Yeah, or it's more like the universes are colliding in they're and only one can survive. One universe will be destroyed.
But are there still remnants of the dead universe that get drifted?
I think
into
so.
one?
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah, like they did in the Arrowverse, Crisis on Infinite Earth, they just merge into one
Yeah.
thing.
And
I would love
keeping
that
some
because
things.
there's always
some.
Yeah, there's always supposed to be that bigotry towards the X-Men and the Avengers universe. And in real life, it's explained as like, oh, very clearly they're meant to represent Jewish and Black Americans trying to fight for their right to survive in a very bigoted America.
Yeah.
And in this universe, it doesn't apply that well because you just aren't shown any of those kind of underlying hatreds in the Avengers universe. But if there's an incursion and the introduction to the mutants for these people are them fighting your greatest heroes, and you have no context as to why, because the average citizen has no clue what an incursion is, then it makes a lot of sense after the fact why they would hate the X-Men still.
Exactly.
And now you have your perfect Marvel status quo.
Yeah. And the whole thing about it was the X-Men and the Avengers were supposed to fight each other. And apparently Doctor Doom was going to kind of like play both sides, being like, oh, those Avengers, oh, they're evil. Cause I want to
try and bring some of their old villains back. Like
they're
Devil's advocate on both sides.
Yeah, and then the X-Men, they're gonna go to the Avengers and be like, hey, I look like Tony Stark, trust me.
D1 instigator.
And then he was gonna start a war between the Avengers and X-Men, and then after a while they were gonna like settle their beef, and then realize like, oh, Doctor Doom is. But some of the Avengers that because they think he's like Tony Stark, they're gonna be by his side. They're gonna be like, oh, he's Tony Stark, therefore he shouldn't be bad. He saved the universe. Why should we go against him? And also, Loki was gonna play a role in it as like being the god of the multiverse. He was gonna bring people from different multiverses. They're gonna bring Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man, Deadpool and Wolverine, and a couple other I think they're gonna try to bring one of like the old Fantastic Four members or something like
probably
that.
Chris Evans,
Yeah. And anyways, but Doctor Doom is gonna
he kinda did.
Definitely Chris Evans.
Torch. And it's kind of cool because Doctor Doom is gonna be like, I'm Tony Stark. This is Loki, remember he's the guy that try to take over New York.
Avengers 2012.
Yeah, like he's the enemy, he's the bad guy, and then in reality it's like Loki's the good guy here, and he's like trying to save the multiverse. And then Doom is gonna manipulate the Avengers and be like, join my side. We need to Loki's trying to take over the multiverse. We need to stop him.
And that's insane because he can do that because none of the OG Avengers are there to be like, he actually helped us. So
you just got the new Avengers.
Yeah, but Thor was.
Yeah, I was about to say, where the fuck is Thor?
Yeah, Thor was gonna be one of the Avengers that like sides with Loki and sees that he's right.
Yeah,
because that's his brother and stuff.
I've seen you lie so many times. I can tell when you're telling the truth, you bastard.
Yeah,
Is Chris Hemsworth a part of the cast?
Yeah, he is.
Okay,
yeah,
so he's already came out and say like this last thing he's done with Thor. He's done with Thor.
Oh no, actually no. He came out as saying that like that wasn't supposed to be like an end. Like he wasn't because I know what you're talking about. He was saying like he was like thank you guys for these last 15 years or so. It's been an honor playing Thor. But I think recently he came out saying like, oh, by the way, that wasn't supposed to be like a send off. That was just he was just giving off like like love to the character and stuff. But I did hear that they were planning on killing him off in Doomsday, but they're gonna bring him back in Secret Wars because everyone else gets brought back because that's how it is in the comics.
Yes, that's how it is in the comics, but it doesn't have to be that way in the movie.
Yeah, because then it'd be like, this kind of feels like a repeat. So because they did this in Infinity War. You
brought back Thor, who died for mysterious reasons currently, but you can't bring back Tony Stark, who sacrificed himself for all life in the universe.
I also heard this one leak that because it's like Mr. Fantastic, Doctor Doom. They're supposed to be. But I remember hearing that the end battle was gonna be like Iron Man versus Doctor Doom or some shit like that.
That would be.
And it's like
I would not. I would not like that.
Like it's just like, bro.
You see Reed Richards' fist grow to supersize. He's about to punch Doctor Doom, and then you hear, "I am Iron Man."
There's just no way that's got to be a fan script. There's no way.
Yeah,
that's like an
I'm sure that they,
Okay.
I'm sure that they released like
At least that part.
Yeah.
You know.
That would be so bad.
most of the other stuff is like fairly accurate to what's gonna happen. At least, well, I kind of hope not, because then that means I just spoiled it for everyone
I'm
here.
just excited because just many different characters.
Yes.
That is what I want in a cinematic universe. There's all these different characters.
Constantly fighting
It's
small
in.
literally
facts.
Marvel's Ultimate Alliance.
Yeah.
I think that a Marvel universe does best when you have all of these characters that reasonably exist all around the world, and then you're like, okay, so who do you want to watch? You want to watch Daredevil? Well, we'll drop you right in on Daredevil's location. You can watch him do his shit, and every now and again, someone, somewhere in this cinematic universe is going to drift into his space and become a part of his show or his movie.
Yeah.
That's how it should feel, that this is a real world with all these real characters.
Yeah, it shouldn't feel like Spider-Man should have done something. It should have, if it was realistically, Spider-Man's not gonna be like he's not gonna let that slide.
And he can just show up at any time. I mean, the web swinging, he's fast.
Yeah.
That's downtown Manhattan.
That's Spider-Man's home turf, and he's not there. It's like, come on.
Yeah.
Because it makes sense in like the first Avengers, because Spider-Man wasn't a thing.
Oh,
But now he's
I forgot something.
like, what?
They're making a Spider-Man noir show on Amazon.
Oh,
that's
yeah.
true. I forgot about
And it
that.
looks fire.
Have you
Yeah.
seen the behind the scenes for it?
No, but
Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, it's voiced by Nicolas Cage.
Nick Cage does his own stunts in this one.
That's cool.
There's a behind the scenes of him in the trench coat and the mask and the hat. And I think the hat's stitched into the mask. It looks amazing. I can't wait to see it.
And I heard that they're coming out with 2 different versions, one in black and white and one in full color.
Oh shit, that's cool.
I think they should release those separate, so you have to watch the black and white one first, like how they did Werewolf by Night.
Oh.
That, if you remember the Halloween special they did forever ago. You said they might plan on killing Thor.
Yeah, they're thinking
Can
about
I
it.
propose my idea if they do? And I'm gonna pull up a picture because it's a lot funnier if
I
you
mean,
can
it's
see
not
his
Kevin
face.
Feige, but yeah.
So,
Yeah,
I'll run it by him.
I got some connections there. Yeah.
okay, so in the comic books, whenever Thor is injured or whatever, this guy named Beta Ray Bill shows up.
hell yeah.
And he looks like a fucking
Oh,
dinosaur.
okay.
And I would love for Beta Ray Bill to come in as the Mighty Thor.
You
Well,
know-
okay, the Mighty Thor is fucking Jane Foster.
You know, it's
Technically, yeah, I was about to say,
crazy
technically there is another
It's
Thor
crazy
too,
because
yeah.
they've been planning on adding Beta Ray Bill. Like, he was supposed to be in Ragnarok. He was supposed to be like the big.
I
he was
keep
just like
hearing
a
they
Easter
keep
egg.
trying to add him, and every time they're like, not this one, the next one. We'll give him the next one.
Yeah, and then Love and Thunder, they're gonna try to add him in that as well, but it didn't work out.
I heard
And,
they were
like-
going to try and add him in one of the Guardians of the Galaxy movies, the
Yeah,
most
yeah.
recent one, yeah. Which would be the perfect place for him.
I like Beta Ray Bill. He's cool.
Beta Ray Bill is awesome and underrated.
I don't know. I think comic book movies are in a spot where they're just thriving. They're becoming more comic book and less like, oh yeah, let's try to make it as grounded.
Yeah.
Or like serious as like again. Fantastic.
There is room for a grounded comic book movie. I don't hate the idea of us seeing a Green Arrow like prequel where he's on an island and he has to scavenge and learn how to use his bow.
A Green Arrow that's not supposed to be depicted as Batman.
Yes. And he's actually funny.
Even though CW Arrow was good, I liked the depiction of the character. They wanted to be Batman so bad though.
Yeah.
Movies and shows are looking to be shaping up in terms of the CUs.
Yeah, it's the CU's fucking. I'd say there's only 2 real, like, legitimate cinematic universes out there.
Right
and
now,
like
currently.
like I mentioned earlier, bro, Sonic the Hedgehog is not a fucking cinematic.
It is a
universe.
franchise.
It is a franchise. They try to hold on, like, I'm just gonna go into this.
Hold on. Transformers G.I. Joe.
He has a good point. Those are cinematic universes.
Like, I'm just gonna go into like a little rant because I've been thinking about this for a long. I was gonna make a video on this, but I never got around to it. Cinematic universes in a franchise are not the same thing.
No.
A cinematic universe is not just about one character and everything's based off of a character. It's about multiple characters, you know? It's like, you know, phase 1 of the MCU, Iron Man, Hulk, Thor, Captain America,
First Avenger.
Yeah, like, it's about those 4 and they lead to the Avengers. It's not supposed to be about Sonic 2, Knuckles show, and then no, like that's not a cinematic universe.
That's
like
3/4 Sonic.
Like there's multiple, obviously MCU, DCU, Sonic shit, and then there's the MonsterVerse with Godzilla.
Yeah, that's
true. Yeah.
And then there's
Hold on, guys. Who wins, Godzilla or Kong?
Godzilla every fucking day. Yeah. No, there's
the
no
nuclear lizard or the buff monkey.
Yeah, like there's no way that anyone who thought that. Nah.
The only reason I thought Kong was gonna win was because I thought they were trying to do something different for a movie. Because it's pretty obvious that Godzilla wins.
Actually, contractually, Godzilla is not allowed to lose in any of his movies. So
really?
Yeah,
that's Dwayne the Rock Johnson.
Yeah,
clause?
Toho, like that's like in the contract. He can
has
never
the Dwayne
lose.
Johnson clause.
Bruh,
he can never.
He got Paul Armor.
Like the monster, that's not a cinematic unit. It's the Godzilla. You go from Godzilla to Kong Skull Island, which you know maybe they're building up. Maybe they're gonna have the other characters, and then you have Godzilla, King of the Monsters.
Yeah.
And then Godzilla versus Kong.
It's the Kaiju verse.
And then Godzilla versus
maybe if they had done a Mothra film or a Ghidorah film.
Like if
Ghidorah would be cool.
A Ghidorah movie would be pretty cool. I always think that they've shit on Ghidorah too hard, and if Ghidorah would be allowed to be a hero, Ghidorah would be cool with Godzilla.
We'll talk about this topic when more rumors and stuff come.
We'll bring it up again in the next episode, I'm sure.
No, but this is leading to something different. Rumors Michael Bay might be.
Oh yeah, Transformers. Yeah.
What? That would go hard. We really are in 2016 again.
At least that's that's another. Well.
Just don't. If you change the car for a Bumblebee because you know there's no more advertisement for Camaros anymore, right? They're not making it anymore. At least don't make him a bitch, dude. Don't make him a bitch.
Just make him a Mustang.
No, well, I mean, of
just
course,
make him the Ford
of course,
equivalent.
I wouldn't be mad with that, but like,
make him the Ford equivalent.
Yeah,
you know that would be such a move because Ford is the only one that's still producing.
What do you mean only one? You all forgot about Dodge real fast.
Mopar is fully electric. They don't produce.
They can do Tesla. It's a Cybertruck Transformer.
Shit, dude.
The Cyberformer. Yeah.
Cinematic universes, they're cool. Not everything has to be.
I've always thought the DCU has more potential than the MCU.
Yeah.
But the MCU capitalized on it better. And I hope did you guys hear that they recently confirmed they're going to do another Marvel DC Comics crossover?
Yeah.
The second time ever. Mm-hmm. Second time. I hope with that deal being reached, with the two cinematic universes resetting, and with everything moving forward, I hope after they both finish their phases off and enter a new phase, it will be at a close enough time window where the new phase allows them to do an on-screen crossover.
Yeah, they're actually, James
Gunn, money that's going to be involved in that's going to be insane.
Ridiculous. Ridiculous.
I wonder what it was like for the last one.
It's crazy because James Gunn was actually talking about that. They were like, because him and Kevin Feige
are still friends.
Yeah, they're good with each other, and they were like even talking about maybe one day, maybe Secret Wars would be the perfect time to do maybe a crossover between different universes.
But it's too early for the DCU right now.
It'd be cool if they did that with the Snyderverse though, because at least those guys,
they're established.
They're established. They're going through their own stuff, but at the same time,
I'm good.
But at the same time, they're not being.
Henry Cavill Superman meeting Chris Hemsworth Thor is pretty funny.
Think about it. At least it can be there's the end to the Snyderverse because the Marvel characters kill them.
They introduce the Snyderverse to the Avengers, and then it cuts. There's no fight scene. It just cuts, and they're all walking away covered in blood. It's like, who the fuck were those guys?
Realistically, Marvel's getting clapped.
I was about to say.
Superman.
Snyderverse made those bastards OP. Those are the strongest on screen those characters have ever been.
I think they were gonna say something about
not only that, but Batman just had his huge plot armor.
Oh yeah, that's gonna fucking play. I think they're gonna have something where like I might be misremembering something, but like Darkseid, getting the anti-life equation, he was gonna like do his shit. I don't know enough about DC Comics,
Yeah,
what he does, but somehow, some way, they're gonna make it to where that's kind of leads into the crossover between the MCU and the Snyderverse and stuff.
Gotcha.
Somehow,
Darkseid
some
and
way.
Doomsday Part. No, I don't know.
Yeah.
Darkseid and Thanos.
That's what
go
they meant by
one-on-one.
Avengers Doomsday, because they're gonna travel to the Snyderverse and go to Batman v Superman,
Fight
and help them
Doomsday.
fight Doomsday. That's what the script said.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Well, I think we've officially milked this topic.
Yeah.
dry.
That's
Dude, I mean,
That's the return to form
It's just-
for us.
there's
we've
just
been-
so much.
Yeah.
Like, you can always talk about it.
Yeah.
You can never
We
stop
could
talking
we could
about
circle
it.
back around, but I don't really see a point in it.
yeah.
We've already
We've been doing this for an hour and a
or so.
half. This was a good episode.
This
I
was a
think.
good episode.
Yeah.
This is probably my favorite one yet.
'Cause,
Mostly because it's our only one left.
Yeah, and I like that because this is a topic that we all are
We're
very
invested in,
interested
yes.
in. Yeah, like we,
Speaking of rebooting,
speaking of reboots.
This is our
We've
first
restarted
episode.
all our cinematic universe.
Yeah, we've had our Crisis on Infinite Earths. We've had our own Secret Wars. This is
the second run. We're live action this
yes
time.
the new and improved
I
sugar.
don't know about improved, but we're getting there.
Yes, the new and improved Sugar Shack podcast.
We have a budget this time. It's a shoestring, but it exists now.
yes.
We're not
Next
getting there
episode is I don't know when.
We're gonna put a bow on this. Hopefully, we'll be back in another couple of weeks.
Yeah. This is the final episode. Goodbye.